Hey guys, I'm Steph and welcome to my beauty stash. Hey guys, welcome back. Thank you all so much for watching another one of my videos. Today we're going to talk foundation at the drugstore. I am going to be giving you my top 5 picks on some really great foundations that you can pick up at the drugstore or at the drugstore section inside Ulta Beauty. All of the foundations that I'm going to recommend to you guys today are foundations that I have been using for quite some time. Nothing that I'm going to recommend is something that I've just purchased in the last month or two. These are all foundations that some I've been using for well over a year, some I've been using maybe for about 6 months. So I've definitely given them a really good wear test and I feel very comfortable and very confident in recommending these foundations to you guys. Now let me just tell you a little bit about my skin. I'm 37 years old. I have fair skin, as you can tell. My main concerns are my under eye area and my large visible pores. I am a normal to oily skin type. I prefer a medium to full coverage foundation. I do like a glow to the foundation. I don't mind foundations that have glow to them, but at the same time, I need to be matte in my T-zone where I get the most oily. And I like the coverage on my foundation simply because I don't want to have to wear a lot of concealer on top of that. I don't always want to spot conceal the discoloration and the blemishes that are on my face. So if the foundation can do it for me, either just on its own or by building it up just a little bit, then that is what I look for. The main thing, however, that I really need my foundation to do is last. I work a good 10-hour workday and I need this foundation to take me from the morning into the evening. So we're talking a good 10 to 12 hours are what I need to get out of my foundation. If a foundation starts breaking up when I check in on my skin at lunch, then it's not going to be a winner in my book. I really need it to last until I get home from work that day. Now, as far as shade goes, you're going to see when I insert my swatches of the foundations that I'm going to be using today, you're going to see that they kind of vary in shades. And for a lot of these, I would say for about 3 of them that I'm going to be using, I have a lighter shade and a darker shade that I alternate between and sometimes that I mix together. The shade that I normally look for in a foundation is fair to light with a neutral to warm undertone. Those are the undertones and shades that I typically tend to work well for me. And that's usually what I gravitate for whenever it comes to purchasing a new foundation. I look for neutral undertone or warm undertone. But I do like to go a little bit darker with my foundation versus going a little bit lighter. I just think it adds more life to the skin. So let's get started with foundation number 1. The first foundation that I have to share with you guys is the Catrice HD Liquid Coverage Foundation, and I am in the shade 30. This is 30 Sand Beige. This foundation comes with a drop applicator. It is very runny. I typically use a damp beauty sponge. This is the e.l.f. one, but you use whichever sponge that you have. This is a mattifying foundation, although I feel like it leaves my skin with a nice glow, which is one of the reasons why I really like it. It is more of a full coverage foundation. I do build it up just a little bit right in here, but really on its own, it gives a really nice coverage, a really nice finish to the skin. I'm wearing it right now and I really love the way my skin looks. I have not tried blending it out with a brush. So if you tend to use a brush to apply your foundation, then see how that works. Maybe you might have to go over it a little bit with a damp beauty sponge since it is a more liquid consistency. But overall, this is a great foundation. I picked it up at Ulta and it does retail for $10.99. The next foundation is one that I have used for years and it's just a ride or die for me. This is the L'Oreal True Match foundation and this is in the shade N3. This comes in so many different shades, undertones. You guys are definitely going to find your shade in this one, and this is sold pretty much everywhere. You know, any grocery store or anything like that is going to have this. This one also contains SPF 17, which is fantastic. I have a lighter shade in this one, and this is the darker of the shades that I have. This is more of a medium coverage with a more natural finish. I think that it just blends so nicely on my skin. It also leaves my skin with a nice little glow, but it stays looking smooth. I don't know how it does it, but it makes my skin look so smooth, so pretty. By the end of the day, I'm still loving the way my skin looks. This is still holding on. So I've used this for quite a while now. Again, I picked it up at Ulta. This one retails for $10.99, although I think you could find it cheaper, maybe at Walgreens or CVS by using some of the coupons that they have. But I've used this for years, guys, and I absolutely love it. Would definitely recommend it. It can be built up to get a more full coverage, and that's what I do in this area right here, and it builds up just fine. I really love this foundation. The next foundation I have is, again, from L'Oreal, because they make some fantastic foundations, and this is their latest foundation, which is the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear 24-Hour Foundation. I am in the shade 420. This one does contain SPF 25. I know I've used this in several of my videos before. I also have a lighter shade in this one as well that I'll mix together from time to time, and I just love the finish. I love the coverage. I love the longevity of this foundation. It just blends so well. It works with all of my setting powders. It works with all of my primers, my concealers. It just plays nicely with everybody, and it plays really well on my skin. This foundation retails for $14.99, although you could probably find it cheaper maybe at Walmart or wherever you can use coupons, like at your local drugstore. That way you can get a better deal on this one. It does leave my skin with a matte finish, maybe more of like a natural matte finish, but as I go through the day, when my natural oils start to come through, it doesn't make me overly oily. It doesn't really make me oily at all. So that's what I like about it, that I can have that nice glow to my skin even though this is a matte foundation. It does a really great job at just, you know, making my skin look great all day long. The next foundation I have is the last one from L'Oreal, and what can I tell you? I just love a great L'Oreal foundation, and this is the Infallible Pro Matte. This foundation, guys, is full coverage, and it stays looking great on my skin all day long. This just really gives me the coverage I need. Out of all of them, I would say that this is the most full coverage. I don't have to build it up too much, but if I do, it's only in this area, and it just stays put on my skin. It looks so nice. I do have it in, this is the lighter shade I have it in shade 103 as well. This is shade 102, and I just really, it's like a demi matte finish, that's what it says, and it's for normal to oily skin. That's exactly what I have, and I just love how well it works. Like all of the L'Oreal foundations that I have showed you guys, they just work. They produce some really great foundations over at L'Oreal, and this is one of them. I've used this one for years. I have the Pro Glow version of this one, and I do like that one, but that one doesn't give me all of the coverage that I would like, and it doesn't last as long as this one does. This one just plays so well with all of my other products that I lay on top of it, and I cannot say enough good things about it, guys. If you're looking for really great full coverage drugstore foundation that is going to last all day long, definitely pick this one up. The last foundation that I have for you today is the Covergirl Trublend foundation, and I am in the shade L30. I've used this one for about a year now. I really love this foundation. It is a matte foundation. You can build it up. I would say it has a medium coverage, and you can build it up to a more full coverage. That's what I do. It is oil-free, so it's great for me that I have normal to oily skin. This one does a good job at lasting throughout the day. This one retails for $11.49, although it is on sale right now at Ulta for $8.04. cents. So if you are interested in giving this CoverGirl foundation a shot, I think now would be a great time to pick it up at Ulta. There are a lot of different shades and undertones that this foundation comes in. I know you guys are going to find some type of shade that's going to work really well for whatever your skin tone might be. So I've loved using this foundation for the last year that I've had it, and I probably need to get a new one already since it has been a year. You don't really want to keep your foundations too long, especially if they have SPF. That becomes, you know, ineffective after a certain time frame. But I've really enjoyed using the CoverGirl foundation. It goes on really smooth, really nicely on my skin, keeps me matte, and it stays on all day. So those are my top 5 drugstore foundation recommendations that I have for you guys today. Leave me a comment. Let me know if you've tried some of these. What are your favorite foundations? What would you like to see me review from the drugstore? Leave me a comment down below. Don't forget to leave me a like, a thumbs up. Let me know how I'm doing, guys. I'd love to hear from you all. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. You guys have a great day or night wherever it is you all are at. You know the drill. Stay hydrated. I got my water right here. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye!